This video contains strong language and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. This James Harden experiment with the Rockets is a bust. James Harden is doing good as an individual player, but for the team, he is no good. Yes, the guy can score, except in the playoffs. And one thing I don't like about James Harden is he cannot handle a double team. And if you put some stiff defense on him, you can rattle him as well. Remember when Manu Ginobili blocked his shot? The Rockets team is focused too much on James Harden, and the rest of the players, there are no plays ran for these players. Only if James Harden is double teamed do the other players get considered for a shot. No one individual player should be bigger than the organization. And James Harden, it seems, is bigger than the Rockets organization. James Harden, I keep saying James Harden is uncoachable. He got Kevin McHale fired. Now, I had some problems with Kevin McHale's coaching style. But one thing Kevin McHale was not going to do, and that was he was not going to allow James Harden to run his team. Even if it meant him getting fired, he's going to exit as a man and not as some chump like D'Antoni. D'Antoni allows James Harden to do whatever he wants to because D'Antoni is concerned about his job. He's not concerned about winning as a coach. He's not concerned about looking good as a coach. All he's concerned about is pleasing James Harden. And as I said, man, I had no problems with Kevin McHale per se. And I know that James Harden was instrumental in getting McHale fired. And he wanted a yes man. That's why he was so high on D'Antoni, who has never really did or won anything. This way of playing basketball that the Rockets are doing, whereas everyone is standing around waiting for an open three-point shot while they sit back and watch James Harden yo-yo with the ball the entire game. James Harden wants the rest of the players on the team to be a catch-and-shoot type guy when he should be the catch-and-shoot type. James Harden is not a point guard. He can dribble a little bit. But as I said, when there's a double team, he always coughs the ball up every time. And since he was in Oklahoma, James Harden always chokes during the playoffs. James Harden is a good regular season player like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone. They were good in the regular season. But when it came time to be that man in the playoffs, they didn't have it. And one year when James Harden got hurt, they added Michael Beasley to the team. And Michael Beasley came in playing good, got some good down low points, and he was good around the basket, short jumpers. But I noticed that James Harden was not too pleased. James Harden wants to be the whole show. And the only reason why he is not trying to do this with Westbrook because I think he knows that Westbrook would probably whoop his ass. Westbrook seems like the type of guy as he's not going to take James Harden trash. But Michael Beasley is a good player. And I was happy as a Rockets fan say, oh man, we got somebody who can get some real help down low. But the next year, they let him go. I'm like, why the hell would y'all let this man go? Then they said that they're going to move James Harden to point guard. I said, oh, that is. The man wants to be the whole damn show. And anyone that has played basketball know that, hey, man, you don't want to sit there and watch some guy hog the ball the whole game. I can play basketball too. I got some moves. But Michael Beasley was the first good player I say that the Rockets just let go just to make James Harden happy. I've been noticing since Westbrook has been getting more shots, James Harden is now fading away. I think he scored 13 points last night against Trailblazers. James Harden is jealous. And whenever the Rockets get a player on the team that can score as well, James Harden starts to pout. Now he don't want to play. Now he act like he's sick. Turn the ball over. Can't shoot all of a sudden. And another good player the Rockets let go was my boy, Chris Paul. There is no way in God's green earth I would have let Chris Paul go once I had the opportunity to get him. That's the guy you want to retire with your team. And like I say, man, the Rockets need a coach that is not going to be punked by James Harden, that is going to coach his team. And they need to let James Harden know, say, man, if you can't play team ball, if you want it your way, we just got to let you go. I understand the Rockets don't want to let him go, but why keep him and not win? You had all them damn haters talking about, oh, Chris Paul, he's game fading. That man game was not fading. They just would not let the man play. They kept wanting James Harden to run the show. One of those games in the playoffs, Chris Paul just had to take the game over. He said, I got this. And the Rockets won. But James Harden, the jealous ass, didn't like that. As good as a shooter as James Harden is, the only way a team can win with James Harden on the team is they have to take the ball out of his hands. So far as him being a point guard. James Harden does not want to work for a shot. James Harden just wants the ball where it's be easy, because when you don't have the ball, you have to fight through defense and people grabbing at you to get open for a shot. He does not want to work. And it's costing the team because James Harden can't dribble, to tell you the truth. He thinks that everybody's just going to play him one-on-one. That is not basketball. And I'm going to tell you one thing I don't know for sure, but James Harden looks like the type of guy that likes to drink a lot and likes to go to the clubs all the time. And when the Rockets go out of town, he's going to hit those clubs up. And when it's time to play basketball the next day, he has a hangover and can't play worth a damn. And that's just my opinion on that. But let's say, the team is only as good as the coach sometimes. And the reason why these players are doing what they do on the Rockets team, because that's what the coach is allowing. I mean, if I was a coach, I would be like Kevin McHale. Unless this guy was actually going to win a championship, I wouldn't let him just run the team. I would have to do some coaching. I would have to sit him down from time to time to let him know that he's not running the team. Now, the Rockets have got Westbrook and all of some of this, claiming about how the Rockets were going to be a better team, and the Rockets are losing. We're not a better team now with Westbrook, because the simple fact of it is that Harden doesn't want to play with anybody else that can play a little better than him. Westbrook is an up-tempo type guy. He going to get the ball on up that court. Pass off, he going to hurt him. Do what he got to do with the ball. James Harden want to walk the ball up court, look around, dribble all between the legs, and shoot some old step-back ass three. Westbrook is a good player, and he really wants to win. But James Harden don't care about winning. All he cares about is his stats. So I know the Rockets organization doesn't want to get rid of James Harden, but, man, before I go through all this type of mess and pay this man all this money for nothing to fade away in every playoff game, I would go and get rid of him and just start all over again. I mean, that's what I would do. Or the owner himself needs to go talk with James Harden, or you need to get a coach that can talk with James Harden and get him to understand that he has to relinquish the rights of being the point guard for the team, or tell Westbrook to go shake him up a little bit. You know, being a Houston sports fan is nothing but heartbreaks after damn heartbreak. From the football, baseball, and basketball, all we get is high hopes. James Harden, some people have been saying that you have been playing lousy and that you should pass the ball. What do you have to say about this?